guys, welcome to another video. Today we are reading off the toy box. So let's start it. Don't look, said father as he eased the car into a lower gear. He and mother were sitting in the front, Matilda and I in the back. The tires made a pleasing crunch as they passed over the gravel. Father rose steadily, trying not to scatter the stones over the well manicured lawn on either side of the narrow drive. I want you both to shut your eyes and only open them when I tell you, said father. All through we were excited at the prospect of seeing our new house. We did as we were instructed. Mother had told us the week before that suitable accommodation had been found and that would be moving in today. Father had said little. You will see when we get there, he said in answer to our questions. The Packers had been busy during the previous week. It had been fun living with boxes everywhere. Then suddenly our magical playground had been whisked away and we were left with a few suitcases. The large gates we had passed through a little earlier were impressive and the gardens magnificent. Spring blossoms were everywhere. Birds tweeted in the trees and bees buzzed about the flowers. But now, as we listened to the crunching gravel with our eyes shut, the suspense became intolerable. You can open your eyes, announced father at last as the car ground to a halt. Wow, beautiful, said Matilda, and we looked at the house for the first time. Wow, scary, said I. The rambling mansion that stood before us seemed to tower into the sky. It was immense, it was old, and to me it seemed spooky. There's nothing scary about it. You'll have a great time here, said father. There's plenty to explore. I have not seen the whole of it myself. Father, mother, and Matilda went straight into the house, but I, a little less enthusiastic, followed in my own time. I caught up with the others in the spacious living room. Your bedrooms are upstairs, announced mother excitedly, and there's a large room at the side of the house on the ground floor which you can use as a playroom. She led the way along a dark corridor and we followed. The playroom was indeed large, but it seemed cold and damp. We'll have it warmed up in no time, Tom, father assured me. Noticing that I had shuddered, he went to went on to explain, because no one has lived here for some time, the heating has been turned off. There's plenty to discover. You will have fun finding out where all the rooms are. An hour later, when we had been through the house from top to bottom, up staircases and down others, and in and out of umpteen rooms, we returned to the playroom. Our large toy box had been placed against the far wall of the room, and Matilda went straight to it to unpack some toys. She looked out what she needed and then, answering a call from mother upstairs, ran off to find out why she was being summoned. I stood in silence, alone in the large room. It was then that I heard for the first time a feeble cry, followed by a long moan. It seemed to come from the box, but this was just not possible. Perhaps a cat has entered the room, I thought to myself, or it's my imagination. I pulled up a couple of toys from the box, but when I heard the cry again, I screamed, dropped toy truck I had been holding, and fled. I found Matilda and mother upstairs in my bedroom, my suitcase, and a couple of boxes containing clothes, more toys,